Okay, here we go. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me, and we're here for another live tarot read. Once again, thank you so much to all of you turning up. I really appreciate it, and I can see I've already got 2 questions which I'm looking forward to answering. Just a very quick little update. Let me just turn the volume down on my stream here. And I just wanted to say, first of all, a huge thank you to so many of you who have tuned in and who have sent those super chats. The idea is that I'm doing this in order to raise some money for a deposit for a flat or an apartment of my own. I'm currently living on a couch, which is not an ideal situation, and so yeah, your super chats are really deeply appreciated. Yeah, if anyone feels like leaving me a tip, if your read sounds particularly resonates particularly or is particularly helpful, then I appreciate that as well. You can book a one-to-one 1 hour tarot read with me, tarot read or video conversation or a mix of all of that, in which we'll dig very deep into your particular situation, and the links to be able to do that are all in the description. But yes, let's I'm excited for today's session. Let's get cracking, folks. We're going to start off with a question by Jonathan Johnson, who is asking if the one who is on Jonathan's mind is meant for him. So let's check that out, Jonathan. Is the one who is on Jonathan's mind meant for him? Meant for Jonathan? Let's get a general energy for. Okay, so we've got the Lovers reversed as the general energy of this read. Like, what is this read about, right? So it's, I guess it's simply pointing to the fact that you're feeling a little bit confused at the moment about the situation, yeah, which I guess is coming through in your question. Let's take a look. Yeah, we've got the 2 of Cups reversed in the way you're feeling about the situation. So the 2 of Cups is, you know, the very classical relationships card. This is the Terra Volatile deck, which I tend to use, and we've also got the Hanged Man, which is suggesting that you're really in a situation right now where you're waiting. You're not sure in which direction this is going, which is tough, and I get it. So yeah, let's continue with this. Well, if you continue in the current vein of things, what to expect? Yes, well, you can expect to be putting in quite a bit of effort with the 8 of Coins, but it's reversed, suggesting that that effort may be in vain, especially since we also have got to be careful with these cards. We also have the World reversed, so it looks like the energy is a little bit tough right now. Let's see if we've got some useful recommendations for you. And yes, we've got the Ace of Wands and we've got the King of Coins. So the 2 things that you should be focusing on right now is not the relationship itself, but how you turn up for that relationship. Okay, so you naturally want to be ensuring that you are focusing on your own energetic development and your own mastery of your material universe, right? You want to be in control of your material world, the material world that surrounds you. You want to make sure that you're very stable, maybe financially, maybe in terms of your career, but also that you are excited and that you are finding excitement outside of your relationship, that the relationship is not the only source of your excitement. That seems to be a big theme for you right now. So these are the things that you can do in order to ensure that this situation here with the Eight of Pentacles and the World both reversed can be shifted to a better outcome, right? To an outcome that you might be more after. Now, the cards aren't suggesting that this person is the one for you or isn't the one for you, but they are suggesting that whether they are or aren't, this is the way in which any ideal relationship for you is going to remain an ideal relationship. So that's what you need to be focusing on, rather than whether this person is or isn't the final person, right? The ultimate one. That happens energetically as you move forward with that person, rather than as a set future that is set in stone. And I hope that helps, Jonathan. Let's take a look at the question by 120 Naldo, who asked, let's see. Yeah, folks, if you can please try to add your questions to your super chat. That really helps, so I don't have to. Well, it's just a little bit difficult for me to read through every single comment. So yes, it helps. But I did spot yours, 120 Naldo. What area of my life is most in need of healing or change right now? Let's take a look, 120 Naldo. 120 Naldo was asking earlier on if the Magic and Mysteries of Saturn course that is starting on Saturday, I'm getting more and more excited for this one, folks. Whether that course is going to be suitable for absolute beginners, and yes, it is going to be. All of the courses that I lead are designed to be useful to anyone who takes them, from the absolute beginner who's even a skeptic, all the way to people who've been practicing for quite a long time, right? So the idea is to make this not just accessible but useful for absolutely anyone who joins, and for it to be understandable and an enjoyable experience. So that's the whole point, right? So there we go. Yes. All right. So what area of 120 Naldo's life is most in need of healing or change right now? Let's take a look. Okay, we've got the High Priestess, we've got the Emperor reversed, we've got in the way you're thinking about the situation, we've got Chaos and the Eight of Cups reversed. The way you're headed is the Eight of Coins reversed and the Princess of Cups. And then your recommendation is the Two of Coins and the Star. So let's take a look. It does seem like you're in a situation right now where maybe you are developing your psychic abilities, right? But maybe you don't feel like you're quite where you'd like to be in terms of that kind of development. So your psychic abilities, your understanding of esoteric truths, maybe you're studying some occult texts potentially. I don't know, but the way you're thinking about it right now is that it's all a little bit not just mysterious, but like there's so much, and you're maybe not quite sure where to focus your attention. With the Eight of Cups reversed here, it's possible that you're feeling just a little lost, yeah, which would be understandable. If you keep going the way you're currently heading, you'll find, let me see, potentially some people around you will help you out and give you some insight that you actually need. Let me think about this. It does seem like getting into magic does involve quite a bit of work, and that work might be, it looks like it could be put off by other interests, okay, which would be completely understandable. It really is quite a lot of work, and if you're not kind of, you know, passionate about it, and if it doesn't draw you in like in a very, very deep and intense way, then it's very easy to kind of go, oh, do you know what, that's a little bit more work than I was expecting it to be, and to leave it to a side. So so maybe it's a good idea to start off with some magic that feels exciting, and very often the process that I recommend that people start with is the Gallery of Magic's Magical Cash Book. And the reason I recommend that is because it teaches you quite a lot. The process is quite simple. There's not very much work put in, but there is some work. It gives you an idea of, oh, excuse me. It gives you an idea of the kind of work that some magical processes might involve, and the results are undeniable. They are surprising results, right? You're asking for a very specific amount of money, and then you're doing a particular process. You'll see, and then you get that exact number, that exact sum of money. It's fun. It's not a sustainable source of income, but it is a really nice way of experiencing magic for yourself. So there we go, 120 Naldo. Hopefully that helps. And yeah, I hope to see you on the Magic and Mysteries of Saturn course, in which in the second part of that course we're going to be looking at manifestation, which is a big area of influence for Saturn. So, all right, let's move on, folks, to algorithms. Thanks, algorithms, once again for your very generous super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I've been going through a lot lately, and I'm trying to feel more guided in your reading. Can you see who my guardian angel is, and whether they have any message or warning I especially need to hear right now? I'm going to say that each individual's guardian angel tends to get involved with competent tarot reads. I'm not necessarily suggesting that my tarot reads are competent, but they're not designed to scam, right? They're not designed to keep you hooked and to make sure that you come back next week. I was just remembering the other day about one of my very first tarot reads that I had done for me. I was in Times Square in New York back in 1998, and the reader basically said, okay, yes, you got some good stuff coming, but oh my goodness, you've got a curse on you, and I can get rid of this curse for you. Just pay me a load of money, and and I'll buy the right candles, and I'll get rid of this curse for you. And I was like, yeah, no, I think we're good, thanks. So yeah, there's quite a lot of that out there. Do be aware. But yes, if someone's actually reading your tarot, who's actually in fact reading your tarot, as I certainly try to do over here, then yeah, your guardian angel tends to get involved. Let's see what we've got for you, algorithms. Any messages from your guardian angel? Okay, we've got the 6 of coins, which I very often associate with your guardian angel, actually, and the 8 of coins, both upright. This is in the energy of your read today. And then we've got, in the way you're thinking about the situation, we've got the 3 of swords reversed and the 2 of cups reversed. We'll talk about that. In the direction in which you're currently headed, we've got the King of Cups reversed, we've got the 4 of Swords, and we've got the 4 of Pentacles, of coins, right? And in the recommendations for you, very nice. We've got Death reversed, and we've got the Chaos card. I think there's some good stuff for you here, and some useful recommendations. So let's take a look at this. The general idea of the reading here is providence, right? It's providence. It's the universe leading you, and there are times in our lives when the universe does lead us, and there are times in our lives where we're pretty much left to our own devices. It does seem like right now is a moment when the universe is giving you signs and calling you to do some hard work. I don't know what that hard work is. You probably know better than I do what that hard work is. Maybe it's internal work. Maybe you're called to do some, I don't know, breath work, or fix your nervous system. Maybe it's work, literally material work. Maybe you're expected to develop your financial stability, or just your material security. It could also be work on understanding this situation of your relationships, and why your relationships tend to do the things that they tend to do, right? It looks like that's certainly the direction in which you're thinking, with the 3 of swords reversed and the 2 of cups reversed. I wonder if possibly you've gone through some difficult times in your own relationships recently, it's always tough, isn't it? I mean, we need these moments of difficulty in order to grow. We do. I was talking earlier on to a client in a one-to-one conversation, and I was saying that I think of life very much like an alchemist's crucible. We enter life, in one form, and then we go through various trials, and where we get melted and we get ripped apart and we get put back together in a new, better form, right? Before death. And I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe that this happens until we are perfected, right? Until the full sublimation process happens. And yeah, it does look like maybe you've been through the ringer recently. So really, if that's the case, really my heart does go out to you. It looks like you are you are taking the situation with a certain amount of philosophy, which is great. But the kind of work that you're doing right now, it doesn't look like it's necessarily going to fix your own attachment style. So I don't know if this is something that's familiar to you, the whole attachment style thing. It could be worth looking into your particular attachment style and whether that needs any kind of healing. I'm just looking at the King of Cups reversed there. So yeah, currently, if the things that you're doing don't look like they're going to fix that, but they do look like you are taking some rest, and it does look like rest is required. So it looks like rest is definitely on the cards for you, and maybe that's simply talking about the upcoming holidays, where you get a chance to take a little breather, right? And it does also look like you're going to be just in a safer situation, just in a more stable situation, without all the ups and downs that might have been bothering you recently. So just finding your grounding, and yeah, simply being able to show up in a more stable way. Yeah. So in terms of your recommendations, I kind of like what I'm seeing here. So death reversed, as you know, the death card represents transformation, it represents rebirth, it represents the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And it seems like you're being told not to rush into the next cycle. Yeah, so that Four of Swords from earlier on does suggest that yeah, you're being recommended to sit a little bit with the stuff that you've learnt from that previous cycle, to let it settle a little bit before rushing into the next big project, the next big thing. And it's possible that it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, right, with that Chaos card, which is an alternate card to the Fool card. It's a 0 card. Well, it looks like not knowing what the next step is yeah, it's simply a part of your learning right now. Yes, I was saying earlier on that the universe has your back right now, and it looks like the universe wants to be in control for a little bit. So yeah, it does look like if you give in to that a little bit, look out for signs, look into your intuition, look out for yeah, just look around you, listen to snippets of conversation, and take those signs as actual signs for where to go next, that kind of thing. So just be a little bit agile and live in the moment without making plans at the moment, right? Most of the time, of course, it's a good idea to have a plan, right? To know where you're heading towards so that you can actually head there. But yeah, right now it's a time to not have a particular plan and just to look at what the next step feels like you're being guided towards. All right, I think that's the best way I can put it. Hopefully that helps, algorithm. Okay, let's see. Becky is asking, I need some direction on finding the right job. Let's take a look, Becky. Becky Ann Art. Ooh. Is that a clue? It's always a trouble with artistic sources of revenue, isn't it? Because art has to be an expression of the self, and then it doesn't have to be, right? And the trouble is when your income depends on the expression of the self, you sometimes end up just allowing your art to be a little less authentic, just in order to be able to survive. Yeah, it's tough. I definitely recognize that. Let's see what kind of job could be good for Becky Ann Art. All right, one more shuffle and I'll cut. There we go. Let's see. Princess of Cups, King of Wands reversed in the topic. The way you're thinking about it, we've got the Five of Cups reversed, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Wands reversed, which all makes good sense. In what you can expect, oh, that is nice. I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but there's some good stuff coming. and a couple of nice recommendations. Let's see. So generally, it does seem like a good job for you could be a job that involves looking after. Listen, I'm just going to say it the way I see it. I think that it seems like maybe a job where you're looking after other women, or in the area of feminine development, but or feminine appearance. I don't know, like the things like nail art come to mind, but I don't know if this is the particular area that would be of interest to you, but maybe it is, I don't know. But that kind of thing, right? So beautician work could be great. It does seem, with the King of Wands reversed, it does seem like a job in which you're going to be expected to have daily inspiration, right? Might not be ideal, but if it's a job in which you can just easily go in and establish rapport and make really nice contact and do something beautiful, that does look like the kind of thing that could be good for you. The way you're currently thinking about it is that, I don't know, it does seem like potentially you've had some disappointment with your career recently, and yeah, you're just a little bit lost for a particular direction, which makes sense if you're asking the question right now. But with the Page of Cups here, it does seem like you would like something that keeps you interested, right? You're not looking for loads of money. You're looking for something that makes you just a little bit excited. Yeah. So yeah, and it does look okay. So let me just tell you about what you can expect in the near future if you continue doing things the way you're currently doing them. And we've got the Ten of Cups, and we've got the Sun, and we've got the Pope. So let's take a look at that. You can expect like happiness, right? Whatever you've got on your mind right now, if you've already thought of a possible career and you're not sure if that's the right thing or not, is definitely something that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. A lot of like you're going to feel healthy, like you're going to feel like you've found your place, you know. And with the Pope there, it looks also like it's going to give you not just material satisfaction and emotional satisfaction, but also spiritual satisfaction. This looks really, really good. Okay, now in terms of your recommendations, I've got the Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. So obviously don't overthink things, and do think about we had that Knight of Wands reversed in the whole situation at the beginning of the read there, didn't we? And that really is suggesting to me, whatever it is you pick, make sure that you're not placing yourself in a situation where you have to be inspired every day, right? Where you have to come up with something new, to be creative of something entirely new every single day. Clearly you enjoy being creative, but that creative spark is something that you don't want to have to rely on the fact that it's going to be there. Yeah, you want to be able to have a creative spark and then kind of ride the wave of that creative spark for a couple of weeks before you have another bout of creativity, if that makes sense, and then ride that once again. So I don't know, come up with if we're taking the example of a nail technician, come up with a fancy new design, you put it out on Instagram, and then all of your clients want that particular design. So you can just spend some enjoyable time connecting with your clients and, making that design that you already know, without having to go, okay, what am I doing for this new client, the 8th client this morning? I've got to come up with like some new design. Okay, so this is just an example, right? I'm sure that with a creative mind like yours, you'll be able to apply this recommendation to whatever. Okay, let's move on. I hope that helped, Becky and Art. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness, lots and lots of super chats. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you. I'm not going to pause quite yet, I don't think. Maybe I don't know. We've got half an hour. Maybe I should put in my other up here to say no more questions. Yep. All right. We'll pause. we'll stop after the questions that are already here, because I think I've got more questions than half an hour's worth. So let's keep going. So LA Brownie is asking, hi LA Brownie, and thank you for your super chat. I would like to ask how I have to navigate my life. I'm divorcing and feel a bit lost. Of course, my daughter is my topmost priority, but our future scares me a bit. Fair enough. Goodness. All right, LA Brownie, what advice do we have for you, or does the tarot have for you here? Yeah, divorce is it's a tough situation most of the time. The way my soon-to-be ex-wife and I handled it is not the usual way, that's for sure. And I'm starting to realize that if maybe I had a different attachment style, it might not have gone quite so smoothly. I don't know, but yes, I my heart goes out to you, LA Brownie. I really hope that you're able to make things smooth for yourself and for your daughter. Let's take a few cards. Here we go. We've got the Six of Wands, we've got the King of Coins, and we've got the Nine of Wands reversed as the topic. The way you're thinking about it makes sense. It's sad, but it makes sense. We've got the Three of Swords, naturally, right? And we've got the Hanged Man reversed. The direction that you can expect is the Judgment and the Pope reversed. Again, that kind of makes good sense if you're in the process of a divorce. I would say that describes a divorce right there. And then finally, recommendations. We'll get to the recommendations in a second, and they're nice recommendations. Yeah. So clearly, there's been some strong emotions, some strong fighting, and fighting to protect yourself, actually. Excuse me. The King of Coins here does suggest that you are, at least it's a big area of focus for you right now, as your material stability, your material security. It does look like you seem to be in control of your material condition, which is at least if this is true, that's a great relief. But yeah, with the Nine of Wands reversed, it seems to me like the worst of this does seem to be over. Yeah, the biggest explosion, the biggest trouble does look like it's coming to an end. Obviously, you're feeling heartbroken. Obviously, excuse me, you're very keen to get out of this current energy and into something new. But oh boy, I really, my heart goes out to you, LA Brownie. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're heading towards a court day, a divorce, but that Pope reversed suggests to me simply a couple moving apart, right? Very often the Pope can mean a marriage, and the fact that it's reversed, so it's not just a document. It's actually a separation of souls, really, right? Which makes good sense. And then the judgment. Let me see. How much of this do I need to cover? There we go. So the judgment actually has, yeah, this is the Terra Volatile deck, and you can see this lamb up in the clouds, and this couple giving their child up to the lamb in the clouds, and it does look like your daughter is being protected, basically, right? Whatever providence is in motion here is going to ensure that your daughter gets whatever she needs. Obviously, this is not suggesting, you know, don't continue doing your best because Providence has got your daughter's back, but it does seem like you're not the only one who wants what's best for your daughter. And it does also seem like potentially your partner might want what's best for your daughter as well, although you may or may not be aware of that right now, and the way that is shown may or may not be in a way that you agree with. I don't know, but generally, it looks like your daughter's going to be fine. We've got two recommendations, and it's the Empress and it's the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is satisfaction, and I guess that could be a recommendation to settle the divorce proceedings when you are in fact satisfied, and not push for more than what would satisfy you just because you can, right? It's very I don't know if you're having an amicable divorce or a difficult court case, but very often I am aware that lawyers can get in the way and start recommending that you take more, right? So yeah, do take what you feel is the right amount to take, and then just leave it at that. Don't take less than what is the right amount to take, by the way. And then the Empress, which is to focus on yourself, to make sure that you are protecting yourself, that you are nurturing yourself. There we go. That you are nurturing yourself, that you are pampering yourself, that you are doing the inner work that is right for you to be doing, and for you to be showing up as a parent to yourself, okay, naturally to your daughter, but also to yourself. So make sure that you are being kind to yourself, that you are getting the rest that you need, eating good, healthy food, that you are, because it's such a stressful moment for you. You're going to want to make sure that that at least the material aspects of your life are supporting you. Yeah. So yeah, avoid junk food, make sure you're hydrated, you know, all of those things. Make sure that you're hitting those standard life forces so that everything else can be what you're focusing on, and you're not being dragged even further down from having eaten bad food, or from not having drunk enough water that day, or from not having had enough sleep, that kind of thing. Okay, hopefully that helps, LA Brownie. Okay, let's continue here. Thank you so much, Are You Spiritual, for my plant fund. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. That's so kind. Let's see. Hamid is asking, should I continue investing where I am, or should I terminate it? Ooh, interesting question. How do I ask that question? I'm going to ask the I Ching, and then we'll clarify with a few cards, okay? So, continuing to invest where you are, is this a good idea? Let's see. Just going to use this application that I use, and I tell you every night that I'm using this, but some new viewers tend to be interested. It's an application only for Android called Deepware Changes. Deepware Changes. It's not available on the Play Store, unfortunately. It's only available as an APK, so you'll have to Google it, find Deepware Changes, and then install it manually onto your phone if you're interested. But it's, in my opinion, it's the best I Ching application. So let's see, for Hamid, continuing investing where he is. Oh, we've got a pure hexagram, no changing lines. It's called the Taming Power of the Small. A small power properly applied can control a bigger one. So that's exactly the principle of investment, right? You invest a little bit and compound interest and all the rest, right? The king cannot touch the queen, but she should not become overconfident. Loyalty is the key. It does seem like continuing to invest exactly where you are is currently a good idea. Yeah, staying loyal to the thing that you've invested in. Loyalty is the key. Let's just check. I'm going to use my my Foolish Fish Folk and Fairy Tale Cards of Fate and Fortune to get some further advice for you here. There we go. And just feel out the right cards here for you. I like to not take from the top with this deck. Okay. So the how to say, the general energy around this is this card using some text from Bluebeard, the fairy tale Bluebeard. It goes like this: for the key was magical and she could never make it quite clean. When the blood was gone from one side, it came again on the other. So it could be simply that yeah, stock markets, or I don't know what it is that you're investing in, possibly cryptocurrency or something. It's possible that it's just a bad moment for everyone, for everything right now. In the way you're thinking about it, when she heard that this girl had left her home to seek service, she said she would try her and give her good wages. It does seem like staying where you are with your investment. Yeah, once again, I think that does look like a really good option, right, for good wages. And then finally, your recommendation. The king said, "Thank you, you did well." So this is from a fairy tale called The Storm. Excuse me. the story of the 7 Simons. The king said, "Thank you. You did well to learn all these things. Now follow me to the town, as I want to see what you can do." It seems like you've been trading on beginner mode, and you're now in boss mode, and you're being tested right now. So, of course, yeah. You probably know we don't sell low, we sell high. I think it's Warren Buffett who said that the difference between people who do well and badly in stock market is just patience. So hopefully that helps, Hamid. There we go. Next, we've got a question from Jam. Is there anything my guides want me to know? I think Hecate might be reaching out. My current life situation aligns with what she represents. Thanks. All right, let's take a quick look, Jam. Let me see. We've got yeah, 4 or 5 more. That's cool. Anything Jam's guides want them to know? Is Hecate reaching out? Just before we get started, you may or may not be aware, it's likely you are, it's possible you aren't aware of a book by Jack Grail called The Hekateon, which literally starts with a 9-day ritual that ends with reaching out to Hecate to say, hey, am I a good fit for you? And then depending on a yes or no, you can do the ritual again, you know, prove yourself, whatever it is, and then you can ask again. And then, yeah, if it's a yes, then it's a yes, and if it's a no, it's a no. The rest of the book is what to do then, kind of thing. It is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. I recommend Jack Grail's Hail Hecate course all the time. Okay, the energy is the 10 of Wands and the Sun. There's a very specific Sun card. I've got 2 Sun cards. I've got the Sun and I've got Poetry. This is actually Poetry, featuring Apollo playing on his lyre as a sun god. Okay, let's continue. The way you're thinking about the situation, we've got the Ace of Wands reversed, the Knight of Swords. What to expect? Okay, 10 of Cups reversed and the Empress. Mixed messages here. And what to do? The High Priestess reversed and the 5 of Coins. Ooh, okay, a very interesting read. So let's see. It does seem like you're working quite hard with your spirits, and it does seem like you're inviting them to shed light upon your life, which of course is a very, very good idea. However, you do feel like possibly you might be running out of steam energetically, but you're very, very interested intellectually about the process. Okay, it's an understandable situation to be in, depending on how long you've been doing this kind of stuff. I don't know your personal circumstances, okay? So just giving you a general read here. Let me just pull one more card here. The Princess of Cups reversed. Yeah, I think that in combination with the Ace of Wands reversed here, I wonder if it could be a relationship issue, right? And maybe it is that you are hoping that your guides will help you in the area of your relationships. They are certainly helping you in the area of your understanding. Okay, all right. If you continue doing the things that you're currently doing, if you continue maybe, what am I looking for here? If you continue engaging with your spirit guides in the way you currently engage with them, if you continue engaging with the same spirit guides, that kind of thing, if you continue just doing the things that you're currently doing, you're going to end up in a situation where you are, you might not have the emotional happy end that you're looking for, at least not in the near future, but you will find yourself being exactly who you want to be, right? Yourself being exactly who you're supposed to be, and you're going to find yourself being comfortable being who you are. Okay, you're going to just feel like you're in the right place. We've got the High Priestess reversed as a recommendation, and it does seem like a recommendation to not rely too much on your own intuition. And with the Five of Pentacles next to it here, which is a card that very often represents being left out in the cold, certainly a card of discomfort, right? It could be time to look into work with your holy guardian angel. However you choose to entertain that thought and to actually get onto that path, it does seem like actual work with your holy guardian angel could be the right thing. And I think that with poetry there as the overall energy of your situation, and with the Ten of Wands, you know, reaching out to your holy guardian angel is hard work. I'm not necessarily suggesting that you undertake the Abramelin, right? Unless you really want to, of course, you know, each to their own. If you've got that kind of time and resources, that's wonderful. But yeah, I would maybe point you to Frater Acher's Holy Daemon, and I think it's called Magical Destiny by Damon Brand. It's not bad. It's not bad. I know some people don't like it. Those people tend to be Abramelin purists, right? If you didn't do it the Abramelin way, you didn't do it properly. That's not my opinion at all. So there are options, right, other than the Abramelin for reaching out to your holy guardian angel. But yes, simply relying on your intuition right now doesn't seem to be sufficient. Yeah, just a heads up. Okay, let's continue with G-Rod D6Y. How can I better prepare for the event coming up in March? All right, let's take a look. The event coming up in March. Ooh, we've got Chaos reversed and the Devil as the topic. I don't know what that event is, but that's a lot. That's a lot. The way you're thinking about it is the Page of Wands. So yeah, clearly you're excited about the event, but also the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So so I don't know, maybe it's kind of a slightly controversial event that your ancestors wouldn't necessarily have taken part in. So you know, breaking with tradition kind of thing. Got the Emperor reversed and Death reversed as what to expect. So the Emperor reversed is, yeah, just a sense of maybe a sense of uncertainty. It could be that you're going to be learning new things, you know, learning new things, and therefore not feeling like you're quite as in control as you wished you were. And with Death reversed here as well, I think that it's not going to be you know, a tower moment for you. It's not going to be a complete I don't know, like life-changing event, which is possibly what you're hoping that it is going to be. But let's take a further look at some recommendations for you, though. Yeah, all right. So yeah, to approach this event as the Fool, we've got the Fool, we've got Art, which is Temperance, and we've got the Two of Coins reversed. And I think that Temperance and the Two of Coins reversed could in fact be the exact same card, actually, right? But yeah, if you approach this not from the perspective of feeling like you already know what it's going to be, but with the wonder of a beginner's eyes, that seems to be the right attitude to approach this with. And then let's see, we've got if you're going to get involved in a way that is measured and slow and reasonable, and you know, without going to extremes. I think that seems to be the point. I wonder if you're being recommended to meditate. And I mean by that, yes, simply mindfulness meditation, meditation on your breath, you know, but also potentially meditating on the event before it happens, so that you have better insight into how it's going to happen, and so that any kind of emotional roller coaster that you might end up being on when the event happens doesn't destabilize you too much, right? So that you can actually take things easy and take things slowly, and approach that event as usefully as makes sense. Okay, hopefully that helps. Hi, Denny says Capisco. Let's see. My question now I have a new job is how do I avoid the habitual stagnancy of daily life and align with my true path? That's a nice question. I appreciate your content. Best of luck moving to your own place. Thank you so much. Let's take a look for Capisco. Oh, I'm feeling a bit bunged up. I hope I'm not coming down with something. I think it might just be that it's a little bit late in the evening. It's winter after all. Now that Capisco has a new job, how to avoid the habitual stagnancy of daily life and align with their true path. Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles reversed as the topic. That's nice. The way you're thinking about it, the Nine of Cups and the Lovers. That's nice as well. What you can expect, temperance reversed. So yeah, it certainly does seem like excitement will remain. And also the Page of Swords. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, let's see. And then a couple of recommendations. So let's take a look. It does look like your job is currently making you feel excited, empowered, like you have agency. Yeah, and that's essential in a job, right? You don't want your job to be too easy. You don't want it to be too hard. You want to be just at that sweet spot where you're just challenged enough for it to be exciting, but not so challenged that that you just can't do it, right? Yeah, with the Six of Coins reversed, I'm thinking, I wonder if you're maybe at the beginning of this career ladder and you're feeling a little underpaid. So I guess it could be that yeah, getting onto that career ladder could in fact be the driver that you are looking for here. The way you're thinking about it, yeah, you've got choices and you want to make sure that you're making the right choice. So it does look like promotion could really be good for you here. It does look like it could be a very rewarding situation for you. Yeah. With that temperance card in what to expect, yeah, it does seem like boredom and mundane, a day-to-day relaxed environment is not what you're to expect. However, with the Page of Swords, I think you can expect not only to be taking on challenges that you enjoy, challenges that you are capable of facing, but that's also going to provide an immense amount of satisfaction. Yeah. So a couple of recommendations. There might be some easy days, and we've got the Four of Swords reversed. Basically, you're being told during those easy days, don't take it easy. Find things to do, find further things to do, build new projects. I don't know, like set up a side event for the people who are around you. Basically, not just keep yourself busy, right? You don't want to keep yourself busy. You want to achieve great things. And so, yeah, so you're being recommended to look out for any downtime in this job and to use that downtime to do things that excite you, to suggest, yeah, exciting, just new projects. And they could be projects that are in line with the current business, or they could simply be projects within the team, you know, keeping people excited and that kind of thing. And we've also got the Nine of Coins, suggesting that you do want to ensure that you are building independence, right? You don't want to be relying on other people showing you how to do your job for too long. You want to get very quickly to the point where you are demonstrating your own competence. So it could very well be that in the early days you want to just level up quickly so that you are doing your job competently in a way that is visible and that will get you that promotion fast. So yeah, chasing those promotions seems to be the way ahead, suggested by the cards. Hopefully that helps. We've got Resonant Blue asking, I'd like general advice from spirits who are positively inclined towards me. I feel liminal, between worlds, struggling, turning 40 very soon. Thank you. All right, let's take a look, and I hope you find a home soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what Resonant Blue could do with hearing right now. general advice from spirits who are positively inclined towards them. Ooh, goodness, just, is it 26 days until my bus to Prague? I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yes, 3 nights. 3 nights I'm going to be spending at the Ibis in Prague. Very, very excited. I can't wait to be back in Prague. Let's see. Right. Very nice energies for you here. We've got the Four of Wands, we've got the Ace of Swords. The way you're thinking about the situation right now, a little bit despondent, a little bit, nonchalant about the whole thing. Let's see what we can do to help you to think more clearly about the situation, and what recommendations we have for you. Good. So generally, right now, you're in a situation where you're in a situation that you've worked quite hard for, and you're in this situation because of your clarity of mind. But it does seem, with the Queen of Wands reversed in the current way you're thinking about the situation, that maybe you disagree, maybe you don't feel like that quite resonates, that you are in fact in this good place, because we've got the Four of Cups here as well, suggesting that at least if it's good, it's not really good enough. Something along those lines, right? Now, I don't know if any of this is resonating, but it does seem like, in order to benefit from the situation, it's looking like an element that you might be missing is gratitude, and shining your gratitude upon any spot that you want more of should help that spot to grow. Yeah, I was talking recently in my Magic and Mysteries of the Sun course about gratitude working like the sun on a plant, causing photosynthesis. So if there's an area in your life which is not really good enough, you can offer gratitude for what is there, right? So if you're feeling like you really don't have enough money, any money that you do have, make sure that you're pouring gratitude upon that, right? You don't want to be giving gratitude for the lack of money, but for the money that is there. And that kind of helps that area of your life to grow. With the Hanged Man reversed here in what to expect as well, it could be that that you might end up not benefiting from the lessons that you've worked quite hard to acquire, right? Just if you don't apply that gratitude attitude. Gratitude attitude, is that a thing? We've got a couple of recommendations though, and how to interpret that? We've got the Princess of Coins reversed, but the Ace of Coins upright. Now, the particular Princess of Coins that I've got here is so beautiful, and you can see she's really holding on to that coin quite tightly. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's almost a Four of Coins energy to this, right? She's like, yeah, no, that is mine. And the Ace of coins is holding that coin on his back. So, okay, the recommendation that I'm going to give you from these two cards is to be quite loose about your expectations of you have worked quite hard to get to where you are, and this Four of Wands is suggesting that you have arrived, or maybe you're in the process of arriving. Don't hold on too tight to your expectations of what that euphoria should feel like, and approach it from the perspective of assuming that it's there, but being curious about how it's going to manifest for you emotionally, for you physically, materially, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that seems to be the main message for you right now, Resonant Blue. Hopefully any of that resonates. Hopefully any of that makes sense to you. But yes, it does seem like working out what you're grateful for right now, working out what to be grateful for right now, and actively offering those thoughts of gratitude. Okay. And let's see. We've got 2 more questions, so let's take a look. There's an AI art course, a little pricey. Should I do it? I'm going to tell you no. Sorry, that's my own opinion. Let me see what the cards say. I read something recently about artificial intelligence, which is a little problematic. That artificial intelligence is currently costing billions to upkeep, and it's not making any revenue. And so we're currently in the situation where the companies producing AI stuff, like making AI generators, they keep borrowing more and more money in order to, at some point, be able to monetize it. And the investors, they keep giving money because they've invested so much money now that if this doesn't work, they will have lost too much. So they keep investing because they need this to succeed. And yet there's still no sign of AI being monetizable. Yeah, I'm not too optimistic about this AI thing, to be honest. Not in its current form, anyway. Okay, and with regards to AI art, so-called, I don't know if there's a future there. You know, I mean, especially taking a course. I mean, using an AI prompt to generate an image for yourself is one thing, but presumably you'd want to monetize that, and I'm not sure how sustainable that is for the future. Nevertheless, let's see. I've told you, I've given you my unsolicited opinion on all of that. Let's see what the cards are saying. We've got the Two of Wands and the King of Cups reversed. We've got the Four of Swords and the World reversed. The Page of Wands reversed. The Six of Wands reversed. Boy. And yeah, and some interesting recommendations. I think generally we're being pointed towards, let's see, you're clearly thinking about what to do, right? Clearly thinking about what direction to head towards. there's nothing in particular that that draws you emotionally here. You've got the Four of Swords as the way you're thinking about it, so it's not exactly an excited energy. You know, it's more of a I don't know. Maybe it's the idea of being able to get a result without putting too much in, right? Which of course is very appealing, but it's also not very sustainable. What to expect if you continue down this course? The Page of Wands reversed is not an ideal card. This is a card that points to a lack of agency, a lack of excitement, a lack of drive. Yeah, and we've also got the Six of Wands reversed, so really pointing to, you know, the idea of triumph missed, right? So that triumph that you may be hoping for, yeah, it's just not there. In terms of what to actually do here, we've got the Seven of Cups and we've got the Five of Swords, and I think this is at the heart of actual art, isn't it? The Seven of Cups is about wonder. Yeah, it's about curiosity, it's about dreams, but your dreams, not the dreams conjured up pixel by pixel, working out what's the next most likely pixel, you know, by an algorithm. Art is an expression of self, and I think that this, to me, is the reason why the concept of AI art can't be sustainable on the long term. And also this Five of Wands being a struggle, right? Being a battle. It's through the struggles in our lives that we get to a situation where we have something to say, right? Artistically, and we then use the art to say that thing, to express ourselves. So that, let me just take one more card here. Yeah, the Chariot. Learn how to express yourself, and rather than getting a tool to approximate what it might look like if you were expressing yourself. I think that could be a useful bit of advice. All right, hopefully that helps, especially if it's pricey. And then Becky Ann Art, thanks for the insight, brother, and thank you for being a bridge to insight for all these other folks. Guys, thank you so much once again for spending some time with me this evening. I've had a lovely time chatting with you all. Thank you for your very interesting questions. Like, you know, I sometimes watch other tarot readers and it's all, you know, is my ex coming back? Is my ex coming back? And sometimes that really is the most important thing that we need to know. But you know, there are some is my ex coming back questions here, as well as some, you know, what are my spirit guides trying to direct me towards, as well as, you know, just such a beautiful array, a range of different questions. Thank you so much for keeping my evenings interesting. I enjoy answering all of your questions. And by the way, you know, is my ex coming back is a very interesting question. It really is. It's just that on other channels, I just see that being the only question ever being asked. And I'm just amazed that there's such an amazing range here. You guys are really so cool. Thank you. And thank you for your support, guys. Thank you for your contributions. And I'm getting closer. I think it might be possible. fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. I'm doing everything I can. And you guys are clearly doing everything you can as well. Thank you so, so much. I will not have a session tomorrow. I think everyone could do with a little break here. I will have a one-to-one conversation around this time tomorrow. So this won't happen tomorrow, but I will be back on Thursday evening. I'll record the news video for members, which I'll put out for members on Thursday. That goes out to everyone on Friday, and then in the evening I'll be here with you guys. I'll also be reviewing this. I think tomorrow I'll be able to review this. It's The Wandering School of Secrets by Simon Dider. Oh, it's so good. Watch out for that review. Expect that tomorrow. All right, folks. Thank you ever so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you soon with another one. Bye-bye.